Hi everyone, I'm Jason, and I am not sure why I'm a WWE fan who still continues to watch this shit after what happened at Backlash. If you've been living under a rock for the last 24 to 36 hours and you haven't seen WWE in conjunction with the new Netflix movie from Zack Snyder starring Dave Batista, they had an Army of Darkness lumberjack match between Damian Priest and The Miz. Now, go back a week to Monday Night Raw when Damian Priest said he would take on The Miz, and it didn't matter if we had aliens or lumberjacks or zombies, throwaway line. An easy throwaway line. But if we've learned anything from WWE, you can't have a throwaway line. It's just dumb shit is just going to have, just dumb shit. Product placement. This was all about product placement. I have a degree in marketing. I've worked within marketing for years, and that's what this was. This was product placement, but it was absolutely shit product placement. The placement of the product placement was shit. It was zombies. We had a zombie apocalypse lumberjack match between Damian Priest and The Miz, and Damian Priest won, as he's been doing for the last few weeks. Coming out of WrestleMania, even before WrestleMania with Bad Bunny, he just, they wiped Miz and Morrison then. So luckily last night, he, being Damian Priest, beat Morrison in another lumberjack match, although this one had normal humans, not zombies. And he said that he's going to move on. But back to the product placement, army, zombie, apocalypse, lumberjack match thing. I texted my wife and said the Damian Priest Miz lumberjack match has zombies. And I kid you not, the response I got, rolling laughing emoji, facepalm emoji. That's it. She's kind of a wrestling fan. Like, she keeps up with it to have conversations with me. But she is in no way a wrestling fan. She has her favorites. She has her dislikes. She'll watch it occasionally. But it got me thinking while driving around today. How in the hell can people defend what WWE does? How can we defend a lumberjack match with zombies? How can we defend the voodoo magic shit at WrestleMania with Alexa Bliss? I thought the visual was cool, but the actual story that came out afterwards, no sense. How can we explain having, 7 months, 6 months story with The Fiend and Randy Orton, and news comes out that they had no ending. They were just going week to week. They were just doing this, and hours before WrestleMania begins, Bruce Pritchard, that jackass, and Vince, who, for all of his genius, it's probably been told he's a genius too many times and just believes his own hype at this point. They have Randy go over and win, and we do not see we saw Bray Wyatt. We saw Mr. Rogers Bray Wyatt the night after, but we haven't seen him since. That was 5 weeks ago. Have we seen them at all? Now we have this voodoo Lily doll with Alexa Bliss, who has seemingly taken over the voodoo magic Bray Wyatt thing, and it's hard to explain, and it's hard to come to grips with how you can defend this shit. And then, earlier this week, news came out that a few WWE officials had mentioned that the Blood and Guts match with AEW set the business back 30 years. They had to have known. They had to have known at that point that we were going to have zombies for a Backlash pay-per-view. Sorry, WrestleMania's Backlash pay-per-view. Like, they had to have known. Somebody had to have known something. You can't tell me that didn't set the wrestling industry back 30 years. Hell, Chris Jericho tweeted out, zombies? Zombies. This has set wrestling back 30 years. If you are a fan of wrestling and you like the hokey dokey shit, at times I like it. The zombie thing, I love the visual, but I can't tell you what happened in the match. I can't tell you a single thing. If you like wrestling and you like good wrestling and stories that have a good payoff, I would recommend getting people to watch AEW Dynamite or Dark Elevation. One of those three. Here, coming up May 30th in a couple weeks, we're going to have Double or Nothing. We're going to have the second ever Stadium Stampede. I would recommend having people watch that. It's probably going to be hokey. It's probably going to be, some weird, funny shit that it happened last year. It's probably not going to be as funny because of the players involved, but I would probably recommend watching that. Now, there is a silver lining to this bumbling rant involving the zombie apocalypse lumberjack match. And it doesn't seem like it's too much of a silver lining, but we're going to go with it anyway. The Miz, after the match, was eaten by zombies. Can't believe I just said that. But here we are. 2021, everybody. Word is he tore his ACL during the match. The severity is unknown, but we can play on the story that he was eaten by zombies. And hopefully, when he returns, hopefully it's not too severe, but when he returns, we can, as fans, okay, WWE is going to want us to forget about the zombie match. We as fans are not going to forget about the zombie match. But in canon, he was eaten by zombies. They're going to insult our intelligence. He's going to come back and nothing's going to be said about it. But we can hope that he doesn't come back as a zombie, but they tie up a loose end or two. I'm sorry. I had to come on here. I had to rant. If you have any suggestions of how you can rationalize what WWE is doing with the voodoo magic shit and the zombies and just insulting our intelligence, and Ricochet was beaten clean as a whistle on the WrestleMania Backlash pre-show and then still got another shot. I mean, is it they have too much talent? Is it the writing staff is not, maybe they're not true fans. Maybe the writing staff they wrote TV shows, week to week TV shows where you can miss a Raw or two in a row and it really doesn't matter. If you miss a Dynamite, something happens, and you probably should go back and watch it, at least in most of the storylines. In WWE, you can miss a week or two and forget it. It doesn't matter. That whatever happened has happened, and you're not missing much. We get we get a replay of the same stuff every week. And in most cases, if something happened at the top of the show, we're going to see it 4 times in a recap in that show anyway. WWE Raw is long gone from the 8 million that they had per week in the Attitude Era. We're not going to get the Attitude Era anymore, but they are a far cry from 3 million at this point. They're lucky to hit 2 million. The best thing WWE has running right now, in some cases, is SmackDown. In some cases, is NXT. But overall, Monday Night Raw is not it. Monday Night Raw is not your flagship show anymore. I'm sorry. Again, I apologize for the rant. Had to get this out. Had to get this kind of off my chest. How do you feel? If you made it this far to the video, how do you feel about what WWE is doing? How do you feel about their stories? And is there something else they could be doing differently? Or should they just continue on the same path because it's been working and they're doing it and okay. I mean, there's nothing we can do about it. We can sit here, we can bitch, and we can troll on the internet. And that's pretty much what we're all going to do. But what say you? What would you do? Leave a like on this video. Leave a dislike on this video. Either one helps the algorithm. It doesn't matter to me. I would like you to leave a like. Leave a comment. Subscribe. Maybe I have more rants like this coming. It just hurts my head. It just hurts my head. Bye.